Thank you very much. So I'm informed that the permanent secretaries from PORAG, Ministry of Health, Community Development, Gender and Elderly, and also the POPSM have joined us, and if not by person, but also their representatives are in now, but also the deputy permanent secretaries, I'm informed so I'm warmly welcoming them to join us in this webinar group meeting, whereby we're gonna discuss about the close-up of PS3 program, but also would like to acknowledge that now the mission director from USAID, Babu Yangu Andy Karas, is now in. Karibu mzee. Andy Karas.
Asante.
Karibu sana, karibu sana.
Asante.
Thank you very much. Also PS3 Chief of Party, Dr. Marangalila, and all panelists, the PS3 team, and also the other participants who are in now. So quickly before we proceed, let me make a brief announcement first. The time now is like we have consumed 40 minutes. So hope we're gonna add from, then our meeting maybe will end now at 14 hours. Secondly, there are questions and answers. We expect if someone having a question, please, you're gonna write it, and the answers will be given by the government part, but also will be complemented by the PS3 people. So having said so, may I now take this opportunity to welcome you all. And again, should I say we need to be very focused so that we use properly our time. And let's now welcome the PS3 COP to take us through the meeting objective before we proceed. You are welcome.
Thank you, moderator, Mr. Meta. We have 3 objectives for this meeting. One is to recognize the government of Tanzania and USAID collaboration experience. Second is to share results and lessons learned in implementation of the nationwide systems. And the third objective for this meeting is to identify gaps and next steps to further refine and institutionalize public sector systems under the government of Tanzania management. These are the 3 objectives for this meeting. Next.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving us the objective of this meeting. So I hope the presentations or any contribution or opinion will be focused on the objective of this meeting today. So without wasting much time, let me now quickly welcome the opening remarks from the co-host PORAG team. Welcome.
Thank you, the moderator. On behalf of the Permanent Secretary, PORAG, I acknowledge the presence of the colleagues from USAID, colleagues from President's Office, Public Service Management, colleagues from Ministry of Health, and my colleagues and directors from PORAG. I will take you through the taking notes of the Permanent Secretary as is, and good afternoon all. I take this opportunity to welcome you. Thank you. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this project closeout event, in which we have opted an online conference due to the COVID-19 pandemic that is still persisting globally. It is important that we continue taking precaution as per directive provided by the responsible authorities for our own good. I would like also to thank the USAID for supporting the implementation of PS3 Public Sector System Strengthening Project for the period of 5 years since 2015-2020 through the IBT Associates and its allies. The IBT Associates collaborated with the government of Tanzania, and for this case with the PORAG, Minister of Health, President of his Public Service Management, to implement the PS3 in 13 regions. These 13 regions comprises of 93 local government authorities. These regions are Dodoma, Iringa, Kagera, Kigoma, Lindi, Mara, Mbeya, Morogoro, Mtwara, Mwanza, Njombe, Rukwa, and Shinyanga. Through the PS3 project implementation, it was intended to cover only 13 regions, but it went beyond that because some of the initiatives were covering 26 regions in Tanzania mainland. The PS3 project implementation focused on 5 key components, namely information system, finance, human resource management, governance, and operational research. These components are among the mandated functions of PORAG and government at large. Application of the information communication technologies in implementation of these 5 components by the project has increased efficiency and ultimately improved the services delivery, accountability, transparency. PORAG is therefore very proud of PS3 projects. Through the PS3 project, some of the existing systems were completely redesigned, for instance, PlanRep, and some of them were upgraded, for instance, Epica. Moreover, other new systems were developed, like FAST, to assist the government monitor the public financial management in general. Various system information have been undertaken through this project, namely, first, the FAST, the Facility Financial Accounting and Reporting System. Second, strengthening the planning and budgeting. Third, strengthening local government authority financial management through Epica and interoperability. Fourth, refinement of local government revenue collection system. Fifth, development of Glotomy. Sixth, development of system interoperability. We call it Muungano Gateway as the middleware. Seventh, the strengthening of PORAG help desk, whereby we receive issues from whoever using our systems. Eighth, development of integrated system for monitoring. Ninth, development of government research framework. 10th, improvement of local authorities. 11th, all issues related to healthy and district health facility financing, directed facility financing. Finally, I would like to point out the unique approach the PS3 project has applied during the implementation. The project did not decide on what to do, but rather gave the government freedom to decide what were its needs. In addition, the implementation of identified activities were done hand in hand between the government officials and project staff. This has resulted into the government ownership of the implemented activities and hence the staff capacity and sustainability of the implemented activities. The PORAG is therefore proud of that. Through the project is ending, the achievement will be sustained. It is our hope that the end of the PS3 project will be the beginning of the new project, which will take over from where PS3 has ended. Once again, I thank you very much for being a valuable partner in these 5 years, which has resulted in a huge achievement. We look forward to continue working with you in similar other projects in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eric, who was giving out the remarks on behalf of the permanent secretary, of whom today could not make it because they have other missions. And now, finally, quickly, can I now welcome the remarks from the co-host USAID, Tanzania Mission Director, babu yangu Andy Karas. Karibu.
Ndugu, asante sana mwenyekiti, ndugu Mwita, pia nashukuru sana kusikia sauti ya ndugu yangu Eric Kitale, na washukuru nyote tena, nasema ipoleni sana kwa vile niliwachelewesha. Mimi sijui ni mhenga ndio sijamudu tehama bado, na nataka kupongeza masomo na ndugu Kitale. Sawa Eric?
Sawa.
Lakini kwa kweli nashukuru tena sana za dhati kwa niaba ya USAID kwa pamoja nanyi siku ya leo. Kwanza kabisa kiitifaki ningependa nitambue viongozi na wenzetu wote. Kwanza nashukuru kutambua mkurugenzi wa huduma za afya za wilaya TAMISEMI, ndugu yangu Ntuli Kapologwe. Pia nashukuru kabisa kutambua uwepo wa mwakilishi wa katibu mkuu Wizara ya Afya, ndio ndugu Macha. Tatu, nitambue uwepo wa mkurugenzi wa serikali za mitaa Bwana Charles Mhina, ndugu yangu mkurugenzi wa TEHAMA Bwana Eric Kitale, nashukuru. Halafu pia nitambue uwepo wa mkurugenzi wa idara ya usimamizi wa watu, ofisi ya Rais, utumishi wa utawala bora, ndugu Ibrahim Mahumi. Pia mkurugenzi wa tawala za mikoa TAMISEMI, dada Beatrice Kimoleta. halafu hasa maofisa kutoka TAMISEMI, Wizara ya Afya na Ofisi ya Rais, Utumishi wa Utawala Bora, Ofisi ya Jijini Dar es Salaam na Dodoma, mkuu wa miradi wa PS3 ndugu yangu Daktari Emmanuel Malangalila, wafanyakazi wenzangu wa USAID pamoja na Elizabeth Williams, na najua kuna wengi tupo pamoja, kina Godfrey na wengine, tunawashukuru sana. Alafu bila shaka wenzetu wafanyakazi wa kutoka miradi wa USAID PS3, mabibi na mabwana, natumaini itifaki zote zimezingatiwa. Habari za mchana. Basi nashukuru tena, ni furaha kweli kubwa kuungana nanyi kwa njia ya mtandao, na poleni tena kwa kuwachelewesha, lakini sasa nafikiri tupo mtandaoni, tupo sawa. Nashukuru kwa fursa ya kushirikisha nyinyi katika hafla hii muhimu, kuonyesha mafanikio ya mambo tuliyojifunza tukiwa pamoja juu ya mradi wa uamrishaji wa mifumo ya sekta ya umma ambao unajulikana kwa kifupi kama PS3, uliofadhiliwa na shirika la Marekani la maendeleo la kimataifa USAID. PS3 tunayojua inaunga mkono wizara zote zinazowakilishwa hapa siku ya leo, ili kuimarisha mifumo ambayo ni muhimu katika utoaji wa huduma za umma. Kwanza niseme machache, na kwa kweli sitaongea sana, najua muda mfupi, lakini nitaje kwamba kwanza ningependa kutambua ushirikiano mzuri wa USAID na Tanzania kwa ujumla. Kwa kweli ndugu zangu, dada zangu, tunawashukuru kabisa kwa ushirikiano wetu. Hasa nafikiri kupitia kwenye PS3 tunaona mfano bora wa ushirikiano, kwani tupo pamoja na wizara mbalimbali. Tupo na Wizara ya Afya bila shaka, lakini pia TAMISEMI, pia Ofisi ya Urais, na tuna wadau wengine, tupo pamoja. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru sana, kweli tunaonyesha mfano moja wa umoja, na tunavyosema na wahenga wanavyosema, yani tukiwa pamoja, yani tunaongezeka nguvu. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru sana kwa ule ushirikiano, hasa wizara zenu na mamlaka za serikali za mikoa na za mitaa. Tunavyojua miradi huu unagusa sana kwenye ngazi za wilaya na mitaa, tukiwa kwenye muktadha tuseme wa sera ya ugatuzi wa mamlaka. Sera ya ugatuzi wa mamlaka, tupo hapo tukishirikiana na serikali kwenye sera moja ya muhimu sana mno, tulete huduma, tulete ushirikiano kati ya serikali na wananchi hapo mahali wananchi walipo, wanapokaa. Tunawashukuru kwa hivyo. Na katika kuimarisha mifumo ya sekta ya umma kupitia masuluhisho ya ubunifu ya nyumbani, wataalam, wazalendo, wazaza wenye uzoefu kama ndugu Eric Kitari bila shaka, ambao wameimarisha sana mifumo iliyopo na kuongeza uboreshaji wao katika utoaji wa huduma kwa Watanzania wote. PS3 imetekeleza kupitia ushirikishwaji na sekta mbalimbali ambazo zinaboresha utoaji wa huduma kwa umma zaidi za sekta za afya, elimu, kilimo vile vile. Mafanikio yatakayoonyesha leo ni TAMISEMI na PS3 hayakuwezi kupatikana bila kutekeleza njia hii ya ushirikishwaji wa sekta mbalimbali. Niseme machache tu kuhusu mafanikio ambayo kwa kweli imekuwa makubwa. Nataka nitambue michango chanya hasa ambayo nyinyi mmeifanya katika kupanua wigo wa PS3 kwa watu wengi zaidi na kuboresha mifumo inayohitajika katika utoaji wa huduma za umma. Katika miaka 5 iliyopita, shughuli mbalimbali za PS3 zimefika mikoa yote ya Tanzania bara, vile ndugu mwenyekiti ametaja mwanzo. Kupitia uongozi wenu, serikali ya Tanzania imenufaika kutokana na msaada wa USAID kuboresha miundo ya afya ya Tanzania. Vyanzo binafsi vya fedha na upanuzi wa kitaifa wa mifumo ya sekta ya umma sasa kwa ajili yenu hasa hutumiwa kama mfano kama mifumo ya serikali ya kupanga, utoaji na ufuatiliaji wa huduma za umma nchini. Hii ni hadithi ya mafanikio kwetu. na ni kweli nawapongeza sana hapa. Ni uwakilishi wa ushirikiano wa kweli katika maendeleo, unaoonyesha mfano wa kudumu na kujitegemea. Katika miaka yote mitano ya utekelezaji wa miradi wa PS3, ofisi zenu na wakuu wa serikali za mikoa na mitaa wameweka rasilimali zao wenyewe wafanye kazi na muda ili kutumia vema uwekezaji uliowekwa na serikali ya Marekani katika uhamishaji wa mifumo ya sekta ya umma. Mafanikio hayo yanawakilishwa nia ya kujitegemea ambayo tunavyojua Mwalimu Julius Kambarage ndio baba wa taifa, Mwalimu mwenyewe alisimamia miaka iliyopita. Ni msingi, ni tunu zake hasa ujamaa na kujitegemea. Na wapongeza kabisa kwa juhudi hizo na kutimiza, na tutaendelea kuhakikisha ufadhili wetu unalenga maeneo ambayo yanaweza kuunga mkono Tanzania katika safari yake ya kujitegemea zaidi na zaidi. Wakati wa ziara nilizofanya katika mikoa tofauti, na kweli nimetembelea sana mikoa mbalimbali, ndio raha sana kwangu kukutana na wananchi walipo na wenzetu wa serikali, hata upande na ngazi ya wilaya na mitaa, viongozi wa serikali za mitaa, vituo vya afya na shule, zahanati, wapi hapo. Nimetiwa moyo na shauku na kujitolea kwa watumishi wa umma, hasa nyinyi wanaotumia mifumo iliyoboreshwa kama mfumo wa habari wa usimamizi wa hospitali ya Tanzania, pamoja na mfano wa Plender na kituo cha uhasibu wa fedha na mfumo wa taarifa. Wanufaika wameniambia jinsi walivyofurahishwa na maboresho ya utoaji wa huduma, hususan katika sekta ya afya, utunzaji bora wa taarifa, kupatikana kwa dawa muhimu na kutumia muda mfupi ngojea huduma za afya. Ni mafanikio ambayo yanasaidia Watanzania kuishi maisha bora na marefu. Yaani ni mradi ambao umegusa watu na kuboresha hali yao. Hii ni zaidi ya kila tunachotaka kuona tunapoendelea kuboresha mifumo. Inapaswa kuonyesha mahitaji ya wananchi wa kawaida. Hongerini tena kwa mafanikio mbalimbali. Tumeonyesha kinachoweza kupatikana tunapofanya kazi pamoja. Sasa nitamalizia kidogo nikitaja matarajio tu machache. Napenda kumalizia hotuba yangu kwa kuhakikishia Watanzania na nyinyi wenzetu hasa kuendelea kushirikiana pamoja na USAID kusaidia juhudi mbalimbali katika sekta ya afya, elimu na uchumi wa Tanzania. Tutaendelea sisi wa USAID kuunga mkono mafanikio ambayo imepatikana kupitia PS3, kupanua wigo wa utumiaji wa mifumo hii na kuunga mkono mifumo ya sekta ya umma kwa kushirikiana na vyombo vyote vya serikali na watu wa Tanzania. Kabla ya sijamaliza, niseme kwa kweli na kwa dhati kabisa na washukuru sana. Tumekutana pamoja mara nyingi. Mimi nakumbuka vizuri kabisa nilipofika hapa nchini miaka mitatu iliyopita, mtu wa kwanza, ndugu yangu wa kwanza kunikaribisha kwa umma, Dr. Ntuli Kapologwe, ndio akanikaribisha na ofisini kwake Dodoma, na kumbuka mpaka leo. Alafu akanipeleka sijui ghorofa ya juu, ghorofa ya chini. Hapo ndio nilikutana na ndugu yangu mwingine Eric Kitale, na hapo tukaendelea na wengine. Watamisemi kweli mmekuwa mlango wa mbele kwangu. Kila nikifika Dodoma nikitaka nijisikia kama nipo nyumbani, ndio TAMISEMI. Wenzetu vile vile wa Wizara ya Afya mmenigusa sana kwa kazi zenu, jitihada zenu. Nimefika kwenye zahanati, nimefika kwenye hospitali ya rufaa, nimefika vituoni vya afya. Watu wetu wa ofisi ya urais wa kuboresha watu wa umma ambao wameimarisha mifumo, kwa kweli tumekutana na umenigusa sana kwa kazi zenu. Kwa kweli umetoa mfano wa miradi wetu bora. Sisi wa USAID tunasema lengo letu hasa ni kusaidia nchi kama ya Tanzania kuweza kujisaidia zaidi na zaidi. na kwa kweli hapa Tanzania ni rahisi. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu ya baba wa taifa alikuwa na ndoto yake, siku moja sisi tutaweza kujitegemea wa Tanzania kama tunu yetu, mshikamano, utu na kuweza kujitegemea, kupunguza utegemezi. Na mimi naamini kupitia kwenye mradi huu tumejenga ufanisi, tumejenga uwazi, na vile baba wa taifa alisema kwenye kitabu chake Uhuru na Maendeleo, alisema ukitaka maendeleo endelevu, ukitaka maendeleo jumuishi, lazima ushirikishe watu. Ninyi umeshirikisha watu, umejenga imani, umejenga uwajibikaji. Hapo na washukuru sana. Umesisitiza wananchi pia wawe wanatimiza majukumu yao, wawe wanawajibika upande wao, na nyinyi mnawajibika upande wenu wa kutoa huduma kwa ufanisi na wazi na maendeleo ya kugusa watu walipo. Kwa hivyo kwa haya machache niseme asanteni sana kwa haya yote ambayo mmefanya, mafanikio makubwa kweli kwenye miaka mitano, na bila shaka ni hakika kwamba tutaendelea kuwa pamoja kimaendeleo pembe zote nchini. Tunawashukuru sana kwa niaba ya USAID. Nasema asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza. Asanteni.
Asante sana Andy Karas. Unaweza kupiga makofi kidogo kwake? Okay, thank you very much. To kind of paraphrase what he was actually making. Hello, do you hear me? Yes, actually the mission director from USAID, Andy Karas, was indicating and the good partnership between the government and the USAID, but also he has mentioned about the support and collaboration between the government and also the parties. But also he has acknowledged about the improved services which are found across the country, being the health services, being the education, but also the issues of public management, I mean the human resource for health or for education. But also he has indicated critically the issue of improved systems now in the country, of which also from the part of the government we acknowledge that. But also the issues of M&E and service in the country are all improved. But also what the good thing he has insisted also here is reaffirming the continued collaboration and support from the USAID to the government of Tanzania, but also the efforts which are, and he has reiterated and indicated actually what Mwalimu was actually spearheading since then, swala la ujamaa and kujitegemea, and where actually we are heading to. But also he has said he once upon a time made a visit into the field, and he could see how the health facilities, hospitals, dispensaries and health centers, the new one which have been improved. So the infrastructure actually is now a bit good at the primary healthcare area. And for this actually we also from the part of the government, we thank all the supporters who did do the good thing whereby all services have been improved at their levels. But also the issues of availability of medicines, and said he has indicated because he could see the people at the primary healthcare saying that now we are okay. But also he is still calling upon the collaboration to be continued while we're improving our services. And now, as you have said, your colleague whom you met, Dr. Andy, Dr. Kaporogwe, and also Kitali, hao ni vijana mzee, wapo wanachapa kazi. Kwa hiyo nafikiri tutaendelea kusaidiana wote kuchapa kazi kuleta maendeleo katika nchi. But also he has indicated about the extended collaboration within the sector ministries. I mean, he have mentioned with Ministry of Health, Community Development, Gender, Elderly and Children, but also the POPSM and good governance. So thank you very much. I was trying to kind of paraphrase few because I understand there are those people who cannot capture Swahili at large, but I hope his speech also will be shared and then people will get what he was saying. So having said so, thank you very much mzee wangu Andy Karas, karibu sana. Naomba sasa niweze kukaribisha remarks from POPSM. Karibu. Mahumi Ibrahim.
Hello, habari ya mchana. Mnanisikia? Hello?
We hear you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwita. I would just take this opportunity to, first of all, to thank you, the organizers of this very vital meeting. Also, I would just acknowledge the presence of all participants from different ministries, USAID and PS3. Of course, I was just wondering what would I say on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, President's Office, Public Service Management and Good Governance, given the fact that every good thing which has been done by PS3 has been tabled by my fellows from pure royalty. But in fact, I would just take this opportunity to thank you, USAID, for the collaboration and the partnership with the government of Tanzania, which has yielded a number of outputs within 5 years of implementing different projects in the country. So on behalf of the Permanent Secretary of my office, I just say asante sana for that support. And of course, I was just thinking and eager to appreciate the financial support which was just rendered by USAID through PS3, which enabled a number of achievements which have been enumerated by my fellows here. But in real fact, I was just thinking aloud on how, as a government, we can just go forward to ensure that the projects which have been implemented by this partnership are sustained. What I want to say on behalf of my boss is just, I want to reaffirm and I assure you that we are going as a government. We will be just very eager to see these projects which have been enumerated here will be sustained and they will be used fully. Because what in many occasions, what happens is that we, as a government, we might be having a number of projects, but the difficult part is just on how to sustain the same and ensure the scalability and also the usability of what has been implemented. So in that regard, I'm just assuring everyone who specifically the USAID and the PS3 that all the projects which have been implemented will be sustained by the government through maybe providing some financial support to ensure everything goes well. So be rest assured that these projects, of course, will be well sustained. Secondly, on behalf of my permanent secretary, I would just appreciate exactly when you talk about the President's Office of Public Service Management, you really talk about how best you can manage the human resource. That is the core mandate of this office. So through these programs, we have seen a number of initiatives and interventions which were aimed at just building the capacity of human resource within the public service. To that end, we have just been seeing some of the changes which are attributed to implementation of these initiatives, which were financed and supported by USAID through PS3. So in that regard, of course, we are sure that we, as I said earlier, we are going to sustain these projects, these initiatives, and we were just asking some few issues to ensure that these support, if at all, continues we are informed that you are going to extend this project to another phase. And given the fact that through this meeting we are going to identify the gaps through which some of the issues will be carried forward in the next phase of the project, then we are just we have some few issues to maybe to pause when the project just takes off, the new phase takes off. Then we as partners, we can see together how we can just ensure the existence of, for instance, the ownership of the systems. We have some issues. I know we have developed a number of issues, a number of systems, and these systems, as Mr. Kitali was talking about, are owned by the government of Tanzania. So we have the entire ownership of the system, which were developed through this partnership. But there are some other systems, of course, which maybe we can sit together and see how best they can be owned by the government. We are eager, for instance, to see the POA and the wisn+ systems to have a full ownership of the government. As of now, we are not certain as a government who owns the system. So it could be better for this issue to be resolved so that the tools can be used effectively across the public service. Also, we were just thinking how best we can widen the scope of the project or of the partnership. We are just right now talking about the 13 regions and the 93 LOJs, and I know that we went beyond that. So if at all we are designing a new project, this office expects that we can just have a more widened scope to include a number of the rest of the regions, and maybe to include more people, more beneficiaries, so that we can just share the best which is coming out from this partnership. As the other thing which our office is just trying to think is wishing to be implemented in the next phase, of course, is to see also the what can I say? Because if at all we see these projects which we have implemented in partnership, we really deal with soft issues. So maybe we can see the hard part of the issues, if at all we can, for infrastructure and the like. So if at all the policy with the USAID allows, then we can go that far to ensure that we include with the other areas which are not soft as such. I know we have done a lot in the ICT systems and the capacity building. So we can see even the facilities, infrastructures, and the like can be included in the next phase of the project, if at all that is allowable from USAID point of view. Otherwise, a number of issues have been said by Tamisemi and the Mzee who spoke Swahili very well. I could not believe if that is being said by somebody who is not from Dodoma. So thank you very much for your Kiswahili. Asante sana, you talked a very nice Kiswahili, and I wish other fellows from USAID and the PS3 maybe can just emulate what has been done by our fellow. Yeah. Otherwise, hello? Asante sana kwa Kiswahili kizuri.
Asante, nashukuru sana, na usisahau dada yangu hapo, najua sana chako Mzaramo huyo wa Tanga. Muone hapo. Mimi mwenzangu.
Nashukuru sana Mzaramo kwa kumfundisha mwenzetu huyu Kiswahili. Vinginevyo, and otherwise I would just take this opportunity to say thank you very much for inviting a President of the Public Service Management in this vital meeting. We expect and at the end of it, we will have a number of issues which have been agreed to be implemented in the near future. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Mahumi from the POPSM, for your good remarks. And I think remarks was very elaborative. And now quickly, because of time, I quickly welcome now the remarks from the Ministry of Health.
Asante sana Mr. Mwita. Hello.
We hear you well.
Asante sana Mr. Mwita. Itifaki ikiwa imezingatiwa. Tunashukuru kwa kushirikishwa kuparticipate katika closure meeting ya mradi wetu wa PS3. Kwa niaba ya timu ya Wizara ya Afya, Maendeleo ya Jamii, Jinsia, Wazee na Watoto, kwanza kabisa tushukuru kwa USAID ku accept proposal iliyoandikwa na PS3 ya kuimarisha mifumo ya afya. Na kama wenzangu walivyokwisha kutangulia kusema, tunashukuru sana. Mifumo mingi, maeneo mengi yamefanyiwa kazi na matokeo tumeyaona, jinsi gani ambavyo sasa hivi watoa huduma wamerahisishiwa sana utoaji wa huduma, especially katika mifumo ya ukusanyaji wa taarifa, mifumo ya kupanga, plan rep, na mfumo wa usimamizi wa fedha. Mengi yameshazungumzwa na singependa kurudia sana, kwa sababu ukirudia tutadilute ule utamu ambao tayari Dr. Eric ameshausema. Tayari mwenzetu mkurugenzi wa USAID ameshausema. Tayari mwenzetu kutoka ofisi ya Rais ameshausema. Rather, labda ni bold tu pale ambapo alisema Eric, the uniqueness of this project was PS3 haikuja na vitu kuja kutekeleza. Rather, PS3 project ilisikiliza mahitaji ya serikali, then tukayatekeleza kwa pamoja. Ni mfano mzuri wa kuigwa kwa other partner, other implementing partner, kwamba ni vema kupata yale serikali, kupata focus ya serikali inataka kufanya nini, then we implement together. Kwa hiyo naamini hata write up ya mradi huu itakayofuata, muendelezo wa mradi huu utakuwa na the same spirit katika eneo hili. Mwisho kabisa ambalo tunaweza kusema, kama Wizara ya Afya tutaendelea kushirikiana vizuri na USAID katika kutekeleza miradi mbalimbali ambayo iko chini ya sekta ya afya, miradi mbalimbali ya kuimarisha mifumo. Vile vile tunaahidi kwamba yale yote ambayo tayari yameshafanyika na yanaendelea kufanyika ambayo bado hayajakamilishwa, kama serikali tutaendelea kuyasimamia na kuyatekeleza, ili yale malengo ambayo tulikuwa tunatarajia kuyafikia wote kwa pamoja yaweze kufikiwa na yaweze kuwa realized, na acknowledge ile contribution ya serikali ya Marekani katika kuboresha mifumo ya afya hapa nchini. Sina mengi sana ya kuzungumza kwa sababu tumemwakilisha Katibu Mkuu Wizara ya Afya. Naamini angekuwepo angekuwa na mengi zaidi ya kuzungumza na ya kushukuru, lakini kwa sasa niishie hapo. Labda kama mwenzangu Dr. Haji Bams ana lolote la kuongeza, kwa ridhaa yako Mwita, nashukuru.
Karibu sana mkuu, tunakushukuru. Bamsi, kama una chochote compliment, karibu. Bamsi? Mheshimiwa Macha?
Na nahisi atakuwa yuko mbali, kwa hiyo kama kutakuwa na chochote anaweza akachip in baadaye, otherwise nashauri tuendelee.
Okay, asante sana. Welcome. Now let me quickly call upon now the presentation from PS3, and as I had said, you please use only 15 minutes. Can work. Karibu.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much, Mr. Mwita. Let me take this opportunity to thank ORAC for the presentation and the remarks that they have made, which are very encouraging. USAID, Andy, PSM, and the Minister of Health. 5 years ago, specifically on 29th of July 2015, USAID awarded $62 million for the public sector system strengthening project. This project has been implemented by APTA Associates in collaboration with the government and partners, so-called contractors. The contractors that we have implemented this project fall into two parts. There are the local partners, which are TM Tanzania Mentors Action, Benjamin Mkapa Foundation, University of Dar es Salaam, and Local Government Training Institute. We had three international partners implementing this project. One is the Urban Institute, the Broad Branch Associate, and IntraHealth. The aim of this project is to strengthen existing government, and I emphasize the word existing government public sector systems at national, regional, and local government levels for effective delivery of services, particularly to underserved population. The project's main objective was to improve service delivery across the public sectors, including health, education, and agriculture. The project worked very closely with the FORAG, directly targeting 93 local government authorities in 13 regions. But as you have heard, the project was basically to cover all the 185 LGAs in the country. And the project focused on four major system components. One is information system, secondly is finance, third is human resource, and the fourth is governance and citizen engagement. Next. This map will cover is the yellow one is showing the 13 regions which cover 93 LGAs. But because of government of Tanzania and development partners cost sharing, we were able to strengthen systems in the remaining 92 LGAs. So a total of 185 LGAs were implemented. Next. We had a very good government PS3 relationship for the success. The partners that we worked was PORAC, which is the President's Office, Regional Administration, Local Government. We worked with the regional secretaries. We worked with local government authorities. We worked also with the service providers at health facilities and at schools. We worked, as Umi mentioned, with the President's Office, Public Service Management, Good Governance, and Good Governance. Worked with e-government, Ministry of Finance and Planning, Ministry of Health. We worked with also Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. We worked with agencies of government like the National Health Insurance Fund and the Tanzania Service Commission, Teachers Service Commission. All what we did was basically driven by government priorities. We had the joint identification of systems gaps. Then we strengthened existing systems and not developed parallel systems. We were flexible and adaptive in program implementation. We had a joint development which built technical teams, trust, and understanding. We were collaborative across national ministries, levels of government, and development partners. We have been able to institutionalize strengthened systems into government, not completely, but of course a big part of it, so that the government staff are on routine basis able to use the strengthened systems, and also as they do so, build capacity and commitment. We focus on realigning roles and relationships. That means we worked with the right institution, doing the right thing to ensure ownership and sustainability. Next.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. This is Gemini Mtei. I'll continue from here. So I'm just going to highlight quickly the PS3 implementation strategy. The main assumptions that drive PS3 project implementation were mainly two. The first one, we assume it was very difficult to improve service delivery without having sufficient human resource, but also sufficient money, financial resources, but also systems in place at the service provider level. But also, we thought it's very, service delivery is only improved by facility autonomy together with accountability to manage their information, but also the planning process, finance, staff, and service output. In other words, you have to give them a mandate and the space to make decisions on service delivery to be able to deliver services. So with these two basic assumptions, we adapted two strategies. And the first one was to empower the service providers, being in health or education sector, with the money, system, people, so that they can manage delivery of equitable and high quality services to all the systems, especially the underserved. But also, the other strategy was to strengthen the LGA systems in order to increase efficiency, together with improving the management and oversight of service delivery across all the sectors. So with these two strategies, the first aspect, next slide please. The first aspect that we worked with the government support was on the side of managed facilities. And under this, we worked with the government to implement the direct facility financing initiative. We collaborated with PRI, the Department of Health, but also the Ministry of Health, to implement the direct facility financing under the health basket funding. Under this, we jointly developed the formula for paying the service providers. And this formula had three key adjusters to make sure finances that are going to service providers are need-based, but also finances also have to address performance and equity. So these were the three factors that drove the parameters in the allocation of health basket funding. But we also worked with the Department of Education, but also the Ministry of Education, to come up with proposals for the revision of school capitation formula. So we proposed this, and this has been submitted to the Ministry of Education for further review. It is clear that the direct facility financing initiative have had a lot of benefits, especially at the service provider level. The joint assessment that we conducted in collaboration with the government revealed the appreciation from the facilities that through the introduction of direct facility financing, now the facilities have that capability to provide quality services to the whole population. And this appreciation is also coming from the facility governing committees, where they see now their mandate to work as really being empowered because of the direct facility financing. And overall, the direct facility financing is a good lesson even to other countries, because in the current emergencies, for example, of COVID-19, facilities are readily able to adjust to address the needs that are supposed to be addressed under the COVID-19 because they have money in their pocket readily. Next. The other support that we worked with the government to implement was on the side of facility financial accounting and reporting system. We introduced this fresh system, which is a very simple system to use, coming in three versions. It's a web-based, mobile version together with a manual, a paper-based. Through FAS, all facilities in the health and education sector are now using this system. We have more than 24,000 facilities. And the majority of health providers really appreciate the fact that FAS has really improved the reporting, financial reporting, but also acknowledge that the system is very simple. And at this moment, there's a high level of transparency in the public sector, especially in sharing information with the community. And they really appreciate through FAS, they also managed to improve the quality of services that they're delivering. And because money, information on financial is readily available, they can quickly adjust to the emergencies that are really coming up over time. Next. So this is just a slide showing where we came from and where we are at the moment. At the beginning, when we started the introduction of passive financial accounting and reporting system, you could see that there was major difference in terms of the use of this system. About 40% in PS3 regions compared to 12% in non-PS3 regions. But after 1 year, we can see like that difference is not noticeable anymore. This means the FAS system has really been institutionalized into the public sector, and this shows the picture that even without PS3 projects, the public sector and all facilities are now ready to use the system, and they can stand by themselves to implement this kind of initiative. So this is really a credit within the government itself by taking ownership of these initiatives that are coming up. Next. The other support that worked with the government was the improvement of the planning and reporting system. As we all understand, the LGA Plan Rep was a desktop version, but in collaboration with the government, we improved the system to be a web-based, but also the major improvement was the extension of this system to the service provider level. And we also included the definition of the sector service output. And it is evident that the Plan Rep, the improved Plan Rep has really changed the way planning and budgeting and reporting in the public sector has been done. And there has been really improvement in the alignment of roles and relationships. Now, all business process owners have the mandate in the system, and they can really practice they can take their role in a transparent manner. And there is already emerging evidence that there's a lot of savings that have emerged from the redesigned Plan Rep. About 48% of the cost that was being used in planning and budget has been saved, but also there's about 31% in time saving. And all these efficiency gains open up the room for improvement in service delivery in other public sector priorities. Next. We also collaborated with the government to improve other LGA financial management together with the governance system. We worked with PureRaj to implement EPICA 10.2 across all LGAs, and we also supported the implementation of local government revenue collection information system. And it is evident that this collaborative support has really improved in terms of efficiency in revenue collection, but also the use of LGRSIS across LGAs has also increased, as it has been evident in terms of increasing the number of POS, the point of sales machines across the LGAs. We collaborated to develop the government website framework, and currently all 185 LGAs and all 26 regions have a website that is really functioning at the moment. And to a large extent, this has really improved information sharing with the public, but also the website has also improved the internal communication within the government itself. So apart from sharing information with the public sector, but also internal arrangement within the government has also been improved. We worked also in collaboration with the government, especially also POPFCM, to strengthening the LGA committee functioning, but also strengthening the complaint management and citizen feedback mechanism. Now it is very clear that how the complaints have been handled at the LGA level, but also at the service provider level, is opening up a room for public sector to be more responsive to the community needs, but also giving a platform for the citizens to air their views, either at the health facility or whether in the schools or at the LGA level. So that improvement in how we engage the community has really proven to be of a value to the aspect of community engagement. Next. On the side of human resource, we worked in close collaboration with the government, together with the Touch Foundation, to implement the workload indicator of staffing needs, the wisn+, plus priority and optimization analysis, the POA. This is the tool that has been adopted by the government under the leadership of POPSM to guide the allocation of human resource. We started using this tool with the health sector, where we used to allocate around 6,000 health workers, with the future ambition of expanding it to other sectors. But using the wisn+poa tool is making now the process to allocate health staff across the sectors more objective. You allocate based on the needs, but also the actual workload at the health facility or at the health service provider level. We also implemented the new staff orientation guideline and also customized the LGA retention schemes. Now, the LGAs do not need to adapt like a standardized retention scheme that has been designed central, but they develop the retention schemes based on their context. And to a large extent, this is a way of addressing the true needs that are varying across geographical locations. We also work with POPSM to improve the OPRAs. Nowadays, the goals are being formulated based on the job description of the worker. We work with the TSSC to introduce the e-office. All these initiatives have really improved how the public sector is engaging with its own staff, but also it's opening up the room for promptly dealing with the staff needs and requirements within the operation of the public sector. Next. The other area that we work with the government to improve was on the aspect of interoperability of the systems. With the old approaches interoperability of systems, it demanded to have a one-to-one interaction of the system. So if you have 100 systems operating, you have to go into each one to interoperate on one-to-one basis. But through the establishment of Muungano Gateway, this has really improved efficiency in how the systems are talking to each other. So we worked with PORAG to establish the Muungano Gateway, but also together with the Minister of Health, the Muungano Gateway now can communicate with the health information mediator. So in a way, there's efficiency gain, but also there's a huge improvement in terms of data quality and completeness of data as well. We also developed integrated monitoring and evaluation system. This is kind of a central system that is connecting different sectors in data sharing. So nowadays, there's a one-stop center where all the sector can dump their data, and different stakeholders can use that same platform to do cross-sector analysis. We also worked with the PORAG to establish the help desk. As we have noted, there have been a lot of systems that have been put in place or have been improved. We really needed to have a help desk that will be available to provide prompt support to the users. So the help desk is now well functioning under PORAG. We also expanded the local area network connectivity. Nowadays, we have more facilities, but also more LGAs with immediate access to the central server that is sitting at PORAG. And also, this has also improved the way PORAG is monitoring its connectivity across different LGAs and service providers. Next. The other areas that we really worked with the government to improve was on the side of financial reporting and resource tracking. Tapping on the advantage of interoperability of the systems, the Plan Rep, HRSIS, EPICA, and FAS, we managed to improve the functionality of the Council financial reports together with the Council development reports. These reports now are now automated in the Plan Rep, and it's just a one click you get the reports nowadays compared to the old system where somebody has to collect information manually, put in a spreadsheet, and do the analysis. But for now, with these improvements, these reports are automatically generated from the Plan Rep system. And to a large extent, has also improved the way we do resource tracking in the public sector, because now the information is there of good quality, but also it's more complete compared to the old system where it is manually prepared. As a way of institutionalizing all these systems, we have already started to collaborate some of the training modules in the academic institutions. We have been working with universities such as University of Dar es Salaam, Mzumbe University, Muhimbili universities, to start incorporating resource tracking together with financial management courses in the academic curriculum. And it is clear with this initiative in the future, we'll have a massive number of people graduating from these universities with background knowledge to go and just utilize that knowledge where they're posted to work. And to a large extent, this is going to help saving the costs in the longer term of retraining staff on the job. It's going to be just a refresher course rather than going afresh and starting completely new training at this level. Next. Apart from these cross-sectoral interventions, there are some few sector-specific interventions that we work with the government to improve. One of the areas was the incorporation of comprehensive cancer health plan in the plan rep system, but also we work to interoperate the FAS together with the medical store department and the EPICA and the ELMIS. And this, in a sense, was to help improve visibility of financial information from the medical store department up to the lower level service provider. We also worked with the government to implement the GoTHOMIS system. This is the government of Tanzania health operation management system, a system that is used to manage patient records at the level of primary care. So far, we have managed to develop a light version of GoTHOMIS. We call GoTHOMIS Lite, which is currently being rolled out to dispensaries and health center. And we see through this initiative of the GoTHOMIS, there's also evidence in most of the facilities that are using this system. There have been improvements in terms of clinical information that is coming from those facilities. But also because there's a financial model in the GoTHOMIS, most of the facilities are now starting to see changes in the reporting of user fee that they're collecting. Next. Next. So this is just a summary of the whole system improvement story. What we're trying to show here, we started by putting in place, in collaboration with the government, putting in place some of the basic management functions. And these are the systems, including plan rep, HR, management system, FAS, together with the initiative of direct facility financing. So these are acting as foundation to improve service delivery. Now we see the service providers in the health sector, education, in the other sectors, now have the tools to provide services. So you cannot talk about service provision and interact with people if you don't have this basic management function in place and functioning very well. Next. So while we have done a lot, there's still a work ahead of us to do. And one of the areas is to deepen implementation of all the good things that we have put in place. We have a lot of systems that we have worked with the government to improve or introduce. We need to invest more on user support, but also continue doing refinement in the interoperability of these systems. But also, we need to start going beyond where we are at the moment. For example, we managed to introduce FAS in health facilities and also schools. We need to go further in deepening and extend the implementation of these key public systems up to the level of village and wards across all the sectors. Also, for example, with the direct facility financing initiative, currently we are working in health and education. We still need to expand this kind of modalities to other sectors, so that also those sectors can also benefit from the efficiency gain as a result of this direct facility financing. And recalling from Mahomi's speech, this is the area, acknowledge this is the area that we really need to expand and extend the system use. And also we need to make sure we empower a large number of stakeholders to access these systems, but also to use data that is coming from these systems, especially at the very lower level of service provision. So there's a need to continue building capacity at that level, but also invest in some of other innovative ways, like the distance learning and incorporation of these training modules in undergraduate courses. But also continue to work on aligning roles and relationships across levels, but also across sectors. Next. So to finish, I'll just recall the words that Dr. Malangalila started with, just to say like the objective of this meeting was to appreciate the government collaboration, and we really wanted to appreciate the leadership that the government has put in place so that we see all the successes that PS3 USA has put in place in collaboration with the government. Well, we have done a lot. We still need to invest more to further strengthen what is currently being implemented, but also, as I said, to extend the proven intervention to other sectors and institutions where they have not been reached. But also the most important one is to make sure all these initiatives are fully institutionalized within the government. Thank you very much. Thank you. Over to you, Muitos.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yevin, and also Dr. Malangalila for your good presentation. And I believe the participants here to understand, and if anyone having a question, then you need to kind of put it down. After having the presentation, the following presentation, then we'll allow the Q&A. So members, can I now take this opportunity again to welcome now the presentation from Poraj. I'm informed that Eric Itali is going to take it.
Asante sana. Thank you, all the colleagues. I will take you through the joint partnership presentation between PORAD and USAID PS3, which we worked together since 2016-2020. And here I'm going to point out on the achievement, challenges, lesson learned, and future paths. Can you go to the next slide? Background information. Next slide, please. We worked with PS3 since 2016, and we have achieved a lot comparatively. When I say comparatively, I've been in government for the past 15 years, and if I compare what we have achieved with other partners comparing to what we have achieved with USAID PS3, USAID PS3 is on the edge. Those are the background information is summary of what we have achieved. But before we engage on anything regarding this engagement, the partnership, we agreed on 3 issues. The philosophy, which is on the next slide, the philosophy, the values, and the gaps. And on the philosophy, you know, if you are failing to plan, you are planning fail. So before we did anything, we agreed together what will be our philosophy, and we agreed together what will be our core value when we work together, and we agreed what will be the challenges and the challenges which we want to address. The philosophy is like on the slide. Everything which we are going to do, and this my brother Tamaumi said, implemented was approved by the government. In this case, I can say PORAD. Other partners is a bit different. They come with everything packed in boxes, and it was really difficult for us to pick and use and sustain. But in this case, with PS3, we agreed on everything must be approved. Of course, we work together, but must be approved by the government. In the design and development of whatever we're going to do must be led by the government. Yes, of course, in collaboration with partners. On system ownership and data ownership and security, that was the mandated to the government. Deployment awareness we do together, and the sustainability strategy, and this one, the closeout meeting is part of the sustainability has to be by all parties. So this was our philosophy during the course of 4 years. And the values, we have 11 values. The next slide, we have 11 values. The most one I love, and I think even my brother Andy Karas love it, is number 4, mutual respect and mutual trust. You don't respect me, you don't trust me, yeah, I open the door and you go. So here it was whatever you do from Malangalila, there are all these achievements with respect and mutual trust. but also everything which we are doing, we are ensuring it is compliant to government machinery and policies. And we were going away with the duplication and multiplication. Someone told me, and Dr. Ntuli is here, he told me there is a disease called pilotitis, whereby you keep on piloting every single day. You are working with this partner, after 3 years, you start with another partner, you start afresh. So we embrace on the Kaizen principle, which is continuous improvement of whatever we have. We identify the gap and we improve on that. Everything we do is technology vendor independent. It's open standard, but must be a very robust system. For instance, the first system which Jamin talked about is used by more than 26,000 facilities. So it has to be very robust system. You know, Tanzania is really big. Kenya plus Uganda plus Rwanda plus Burundi, the total sum still Tanzania is bigger than that. So the system must be robust because it is going to be used by a lot of facilities. Homemade solution, embracing on global principles by local practices. So these were the values which we agreed together. We have to work on this towards implementation of whatever we're going to implement. And after having the values, the next slide is on the challenges. We sit together and identify all the challenges which we have and see how best PS3, USAID PS3 is gonna help us to address either all the challenges or some of them. We were having a lot of issues with partner-driven systems, solutions, technology-driven, a lot of system mushrooming, system proliferations. We were having problem with integration. The cost was very high because most of them were vendor-driven. Data integrity was an issue because we are not on the data use at point of collection, point of care, sustainability, connectivity, and equipment. So these were the challenges. So we put them on the table and see, okay, we have the philosophy, we have the values, these are the challenges. Now, let's start working. Those were the very, very first drawing boards where we work together with Sheila, Elizabeth, and others to see how best we can move forward. Now, based on those, we have a lot of achievements. The next slide. For the sake of supplementarity and complementarity, I won't go through everything because Jemina said some of them. So I'll just supplement whatever Jemina has presented. So these are the 7, some of them, achievements which we have achieved between 2016 and 2020. And if we go to the next slide, is the planning, budgeting, and reporting. Planning, budgeting, and reporting. The next slide is this system is used for planning, for budgeting, and reporting all the plans, budgets, and expenditure. And is doing end-to-end. You start the planning, you go to the budget, you go to the reporting, and that particular report will inform you to the next plan. So it helps us to project the revenue, it helps us to do the financial management and all that. Now the next slide shows what were the improvements on the current plan rep which we are using since 2017, and the plan rep which we are using before this one, it was covering kind of, it was in silos, others covering these sectors, others covering the other sectors. So what we have right now is a unified planning tool whereby covering all the sectors and is scaling to the facility. Here we have 2 different school of thoughts covering the application. The plan rep covering can be used by all the facilities, but some of the facilities cannot use the plan rep because of connectivity and the infrastructure like computers and all those. But the application by itself is covering all the facilities and is improving the transparency during the planning process and budgeting process. This is because whatever is done at any level can be seen by anyone at each level. But that one depends on the credential which you have been given to use the system. So if you are at the region, you see everything in your local authorities. If you are at Fiora, you see everything countrywide. So it improves the transparency, and help us to ease the support, because it's a centralized system. It is web-based system. So whatever we want to do, like upgrading the system or supporting our colleagues in the remote areas, it's easier because we are all accessing one system. And cost reduction, as James said, back then, cost reduction and time reduction. Back then, we were using almost 50 days to do the planning and budgeting, but right now, I think it's less than 20 days, 15 days. Back then, most of the people are moving around all the country to go to Dar es Salaam and Dodoma for budget scrutinization, budget submission, budget this and that. But right now, you do everything online. You submit, you do the budgeting, you submit, you receive the comments from whatever higher level, you reply again, we scrutinize, you give you the comments, you do that. So that one is really time game changer, and is really transformative, because now you sit on your desk, do everything, submit to the higher level. The higher level can just communicate to you, give you the feedback through the system. So the new paragraph reduce the cost, reduce the time, but also during this movement, sometimes we get the accidents, people, their life, people died and all those. But now the movement is even less comparatively to the previous system. The next slide is the service output. And this one, Jamin said it very well. Back then, we were not output performance oriented, but rather we are on input figures which we put into the system. But right now, yes, you put the figures. We know the process. So what is the output? You put these millions in this particular budget item. So at the end of the day, we really needed to know what were the outputs. If we have improved the services, if we were education services, health services, water, etc., etc. So the real current system has improved with that. If we go to financial management as secondary achievement after planning, budgeting, and reporting, Dr. Jamin said on Epica, we managed to make sure all the local authorities have same version of the system. Back then, some were having this version and other that version, so it's difficult to support, difficult to get the report and all those. But right now, with the support of PS3, then we upgrade all versions to one version. But also, we are having a program of final account, and part of that we need to operationalize the asset model, and we managed to train and operationalize that into the two LGs, and that work can continue to other LGs as we go along. On the next slide is part of PFM, Public Financial Management, and is on LGRCIS. When we started our collaboration in 2016-2017, number of transactions which were in the system was around 1 million. 969, and after the next year, it increased it to that, like 8%, and now the increase is even much. So here, the issue is, we all know people do what you inspect and not what you expect. And the inspection which we are doing, not really inspection, but the technical backstopping, on-site technical backstopping, increases the compliance of using the system. Sometimes people, they get trouble, they just ignore using the system. But if we go there and support them online, on site, it's easier for us to ensure the compliance of these systems is 100%. So it is evident 100% that local government authorities on-source revenue has increased, and we are sure that will keep on increasing. On the first, next slide, Jamin said it very well. This one is a system where we operationalized it in more than 26,000 facilities, primary schools, secondary schools, health centers, dispensaries, and others. And remember, these are the facilities where sometimes some of them were not even having any kind of a system. But the way we developed first is very simple, and very easy to use. And it is used by, the compliance is almost 94, 95%, 96% of using the system. Right this moment, we are able to know exactly what is happening across the country. That is fast. And on the next slide, the setting up of FAST. We started with primary school to council hospitals. Going to July this year, and July 1st, we are going to operationalize it into regional referral hospital. And here, the good trigger of our performance is the government is working as a whole. Government, the regional referral hospital are within its place, but they are using the system which we co-developed together. You know, if people are not integrated, the system will never be integrated. So here, the first is going to be operated in all of those. And the next slide shows, I know my slide will be shared. The next slide shows the current implementation of FAST, and it is have all those functionalities from improvement of the process of capturing fund received. We have a lot of monies going to the facilities through direct health facility financing, and the fee, a lot of money going there. So this FAST is managing everything and getting the so you get time to go through that. And the governance. I remember like governance. I remember Abraham Lincoln said, "Government of the people, for the people, and by the people." But it will be the government for the people, by the people, of the people, if you are transparent, you allow them to participate, you are accountable, and all those. Now, this is a tool which is bringing the government closer to the citizen. And we developed this. It's very simple, can be used by any person who is not technocrat, and you can just configure, put your information. It's used by all local authorities and regions, but it also is used by other facilities, institutions under PORAG. And back then, we are having a problem of having websites which are not like the government, the site, the local, is not the government local. Expenses of developing, managing, sustaining, it was just huge. But in this one, the government website framework is a framework whereby we just develop some templates, whereby you can have templates for regions, templates for facility. We now have templates for regional referral hospitals, templates for district hospital, and soon we are going to have templates for templates for schools. So this one will bring will enforce the citizen participation and bringing the government closer to the citizen. The next slide is where we came from. You can see those papers across, and this is across the government, across the country. But now we are here, the next slide, whereby this is how our websites look like. And all of them, they have the same format, the same look, the same feeling. So if you are out of these, you know for sure you are outside the government format. Now, the next slide is the GoToMIS, service delivery. GoToMIS, next slide, it has 3 versions. Back then, we were having one GoToMIS version, but right now we have 3 versions. We have the light, the standard, and specialized. In the light, this is for PHC, purely for PHC, primary health care facilities. And we developed it since last year, October, November, and our system is fully developed. We are just improving here and there. Piloted it one of the facility called Buzuruga, and now we are rolling out to other facilities. Part of the standard and specialized are already incorporated into the system. And if you look at that, the next slide shows how the system, the development part of the system to where we are right now. It is installed in 510 facilities by 2020, whereby we came from 7 facilities by 2017. The main focus of this system is to collect patient level data, to monitor and facilitate the the movement of medicine and non-medical information, and it is also taking care of whatever money collected at the facility. So that is the main functionality of this particular system. The next slide is Wadau portal. This Wadau portal is the portal where we it has two modules: module for Wadau and module for research. If you want to do a research in local authorities, you'll be registered in that particular portal. But also, all Wadau has to be registered. We have around 50 Wadaus, and I will asking my brother Andy Karas to emphasize other IPs supported funded by USA to design the portal, so that we want the portal assist us to really know the next slide is to identify and locate where they are, to govern, monitor, and evaluate, appraise them, assess them, applaud, and whatever they are doing at any locality, we can have the reference for best practices, because whatever report which they are going to produce will be hosted and kept on this portal. So this one is really important for us. And if you see that slide, shows a lot of partners in that particular area. But if you see at the background, you can sense if all these partners have bring positive impact in that particular community. So what we want is to see how best we can organize, coordinate, prioritize all these finances which we are getting from the partners. Next slide is the views of some reports and dashboards of this particular wisn+poa. wisn+poa, Mahumi said it very well, even Jamini. wisn+poa is workload indicator staffing need and prioritization and optimization analysis. It came with in Excel format, came using alone, POA alone, but right now we have one system, wisn+poa. We come up with a name for that. What we are going to do, as the Director Maomi said, this one has to, is the only system which is not in the government to 100% as the other system. We have to do that so that we can see how best now to roll it out in other sectors apart from education and health. If you go to the next slide, the e-office. The e-office, next slide. The e-office is electronic office whereby the e-office, next slide, next. Yes, the e-office is electronic office. Whatever we are doing in the office is kept electronically and is used for file management. And we thank you, USA PS3, for supporting us to roll out this system in one of our facilities. I mean, one of our institutions in Tanzania Services, Teacher Services Commission. Now, Muungano Gateway. Muungano Gateway, next slide, next. Muungano Gateway. Muungano Gateway is a communication bus, as I said, the middleware, whereby different systems connected and share various information and data. If you go to the next slide, you can see Muungano Gateway is just at the middle, and we have various systems which connected to Muungano. We have systems within TAMISEMI, if you're right, and we have systems outside TAMISEMI. Those systems which are outside TAMISEMI will be connected with either other gateway service bus like systems under Ministry of Health will be via HIM, or other systems like Ministry of Finance will be via, they call it service bus. But here you see back then we are having a problem of, once we do the planning, we were inserting or putting the information into EPICA system manually. A lot of duplication of a lot of errors. Right now, Plan Rep is talking to EPICA, FAST is also talking to EPICA, and LGRSIS is also talking to these systems. So right now, whatever we have in this financial system, they are talking to each other. And we are keeping on improving. Likewise, to the Muungano Gateway, Plan Rep
Please stand by.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you are back. Thank you very much. Sorry for the disturbance.
No problem. Can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Yeah, this one is part of that Muungano gateway connected to other systems outside TAMISEMI, systems like Ministry of Health and Finance. Please go to the next. Now reporting. In reporting, after having all these systems, we came up with IMES, Integrated Monetary Evaluation System, whereby it helps us to collect all other this information in these systems and put them together for ease of view. So we have 44 data sets within that. We have 834 indicators, which is covering almost all sectors. And this one will be analyzed and get some analytics, which will facilitate informed decision and make informed decision. This is it's IMES, and we keep on improving. If you go to the next, this IMES will look like this. Actually, IMES will sit on top of Muungano. Muungano connects all other systems. Muungano connects to other buses like him, and IMES will man data and information from Muungano gateway. So we will have the reports, and these reports will have like Honorable Minister, Permanent Secretary, and all those will get some information from IMES. Can you go to the next? Help desk. After having all these systems, it's difficult, very difficult for us to manage if you don't have a system like this. So we are receiving average of 15,000 tickets per year, and having these and having the help desk, it's easier for us to know how many issues have been resolved, how many issues have been on hold, and all this, and how many issues are recurring, so that you can just come up with measures to solve that particular issue. We can come even with frequent ask me question answers for that, and share with our colleagues who are at the facility level. We do online and visit support. As I said in the very first slide, we conducted about 4 field visits with PS3 to do that. But also the video tutorial. This is first of its kind. Actually, every system which we have, mostly these the one which you work with PS3, they have video tutorial. This one is for refresher, but if someone hasn't been able to attend the formal training, and using the video tutorial, you can just go step by step and using the system confidently and easy, and do whatever you are supposed to do in the system. Next slide, please. Infrastructure. Thanks to the program, actually we improve infrastructure in about 69 local authorities. You know, you can have very well good system, fancy system, but if you don't have well infrastructure, well network, no, you can't you can't realize the importance of that particular system. So we managed to improve the local area network, but also thanks to the program, we managed to buy servers which are hosting the live and backup for the government website framework. More than 211 websites are hosted in that particular servers. Next, please. Now, you know you can do a lot, but if you are not telling your colleagues, you're not telling your friends, you're not telling your peers what you are doing, I see it's sometimes someone can fill the vacuum for you. So the system newsletter, we work together, and we prepare about 12 newsletters to date. And these newsletters, we call it mifumo yetu, our systems. And having those, we get feedback, we get complimentaries, we get everything, we get critics based on those newsletters, and we keep on improving. So if you go to the next slide, you see how the newsletter look like. This one is the number 10, I think, and number 11. And we have many. We can even share all these 12 newsletters. You can go to the next slide. It shows the 6 newsletter, and next slide shows the other 6 newsletter, which are make the total of 12. Next, please. Now, future plans. Our plan is to digitalize local government facilities. And digitalize means not digitize, but rather digitalize. Digitalize, we want the processes to be harmonized, having application, people being trained, people being aware, giving awareness and others. And I believe, and thank you, USA, and Karis and Elizabeth and others are here. If we somehow use the way we work with PS3 to other IPs, I believe we are going to leapfrog. Because on the core values, on the output-oriented, for instance, the PASS system has been developed, designed, developed, deployed, trained, everything in a year. I remember the other time I went to US, and one of the guy coming from one of the countries I won't mention, he was there boosting himself, presenting a system. You know, he was just presenting a system which has been installed in 4 facilities. And myself was just there having a system deployed in 26,000 facilities, just quiet. So what I'm saying, the way we are working with PS3 USA is, I think we have to kind of come up with the benchmark for all other IPs under USA. So this should be the values to the core values to work with the government. This should be the benchmark. Output-oriented. Don't just work with the IPs for 4 years. Come up with one system in one facility or 2 or 3 or 5 facilities. That is wastage of time and resources. But the way we are working is really excellent. So the digital local government is really possible if we all see the opportunities which we had with PS3 and the other IPs can work with that. We have a lot of money. We are lacking the strategies, the values, the philosophy to move forward. Number 2, the future plan is continuous improvement. Really, whatever we have right now, we don't want someone to tell us to go back. Actually, we want someone to tell us to work with someone who we can work together to move forward. Number 3, access to services, all services, systems, and information. Number 4, improve infrastructure. Number 5, to embed artificial intelligence and robotics. Number 6 is data use as point of care and point of collection. Before I finishing my presentation, I would like to acknowledge the way we worked with all colleagues, Sheila, Elizabeth, Gemini, Destel, and all other ICT staff. Actually, I even told Sheila the other day, the way you recruited these people, PS3 people, is super excellent. You know, you can have experts, but you need experts with experience. Like Sheila, she's like this, like Gemini and others. They are super excellent. That's why we moved this far together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eric, for a good presentation. And members, I think you have heard, and I think this presentation was very elaborative, very long, but I think it entails everything which has been done in 4 years. And actually, he's trying to acknowledge the good relationship and partnership done in PS3, but the foremost also the USA support. And before I proceed probably to the next step of having questions and answers, maybe let me just do what they call kuchomekea. Should I hear whether my Babu Andy Karas is in? Andy upo?
Samahani, This is Elizabeth Williams. Unfortunately, Andy had to drop off and because he had another meeting to attend a few minutes ago, but he sent his regards and he wrote in the chat box and addressed the panelists. But I want to congratulate Rag on his behalf as well. Over.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for noting that. But also, I just wanted to say one thing here. With all other improvements and successes which actually all presenters have mentioned, I would like, because I'm the moderator today, so let me jipendelee kidogo to say, even in the part of nutrition in this country was very far away. But for the effort done by PS3 in support of Dr. Barangalila, we had made a very massive improvement, especially concerning the nutrition in the plant rep system, having the objective, having the priorities, and all the other kind of stuffs which actually has made nutrition out to scale. And for sure, when he was mentioning about the IMES has gone to test with nutrition, and other things are coming now, but nutrition, we were the one to be tested through the IMES system. And for sure, this I would like to congratulate. So my plea is, since we are going further more, we would wish to have also nutrition taken on board so that to improve the status of the people of Tanzania. So that's what I was trying to make here. So please, when you when Andy comes back, Elizabeth and the colleague, mwambieni Babu kwamba kwa kweli we really appreciate how USAID supported through PS3 to really improve nutrition katika systems zilizotengenezwa. Now, quickly let me go to the Q&As. Naomba sasa all panelists who wish to ask questions, please raise your hands, or probably you just drop within you write your question and the responses will be made. Karibuni for questions now, if any anyway. And while we are waiting people to ask the questions, and I'm informed that Dr. Ntuli Kaporogwe will be winding up by giving us a closing remark. So I hope, Dr. Ntuli, you are in. Sindio mkuu. Dr. Ntuli. Okay, can we proceed? It seems like people are fight. I don't see any hand up.
Hi, Dr.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Muta. This is Elizabeth. I just wanted to mention something before Dr. Mtuli does the final remarks. I want to definitely congratulate the project on, because USAID funded it. But like Eric mentioned, I think one of the biggest successes of this project that was evident was the strong partnership that was able to be built between the government of Tanzania and the USAID funded project. And I congratulate all of those who have been involved in this process up until this point. And I encourage that we continue with the same spirit of collaboration, of cooperation, and kujitegemea kwa kweli kama Andikaris alivyosema, and the way he also mentioned experiences and quotations from the father of the nation as well. So I really encourage PORAJ, the Ministry of Health, POPSM, all of the other partners that have been involved in PS3 so far, that there is more to come. From USAID, there is more to come. We expect to continue with some of the work that we have started with PS3. We hope that it will take a different approach, because in this time we will be looking at institutionalizing all of the things that have started so far. And we look forward to continued engagement with you with the same level of vigor and enthusiasm and collaboration that we've had with PS3. So hongereni sana. It's been my special pleasure and honor to be part of this project so far, and I look forward to the future. Over.
You're muted. Mr. Mwita, please unmute.
People are satisfied. So let me now take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Ntuli for closing remarks. Thank you very much, Dr. Ntuli. Karibu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwita. I would like to take this opportunity really to thank everybody for your full participation, and I would like to extend my appreciation to PS3 for the support they've been offering to TAMISEMI and Tanzania as a whole. We really appreciate for every moment which you have had with PS3. To mention won't be really. Hello?
Yes.
I've been able to enjoy most of the support which we have received, and we look forward to really work with the PS3 Plus, because as I said, and from my colleague, you could clearly hear that we need to go and invest on the remaining parts, particularly the got homies, which would like really to extend our coverage to have more facilities. But I think maybe I wanted to add on what Jamin said before. Apart from the GHFF support and funds, we have the evidence. We were able to conduct some of the studies, which we were able to receive really the findings which are in support of what Jamin has said. So I thought I needed to add on that. Maybe on that note, I'd like to declare this meeting closed, and from now waiting for PS3. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ntuli. Thank you very much, panelists. Thank you very much, the host. Now, may I quickly welcome the host, Goodman, if any announcement, please?
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you very much. Over, and I wish you all the best on your way back. Na kazi njema. Mungu awabariki sana.
Asante sana.